This video will show you how to thread a sewing machine. There are two main threads on a machine. There is the top thread, which runs across the top and along the bottom, and the bottom thread. The bottom thread is held on a spool, which is in the spool case. More on this later in the video. This whole casing should click into place, and there should only be one way that it should go. Some machines will have the top thread horizontal. Sometimes it will be behind a door, sometimes it won't, but the pattern of the top thread as it goes through the machine will be the same. The bottom thread may also just be behind this little case and not held in a spool case. That should go in one way only, usually with the logo facing upwards, and then the cap should be replaced. The top thread sits on this thread holder, which may pop up, it may not. On this machine it does. The thread will follow, more often than not, the same pattern. It will go along the top, down over the tension discs, which may be on the left hand side or the right hand side, back up and through the take-up arm. You may need to move the hand wheel forwards to get this in position. Sometimes you'll have to thread it through, sometimes there'll be a cut where you can just slide the thread in. You can test whether your thread is through the tension wheel properly by pulling and moving the presser foot up and down. If it's incorrectly, when the foot is up, the thread should move. When it's down, the thread won't move. It's always useful to cut the thread when you're threading the needle, because this will give you a clean edge to start with. There are usually a couple of thread guides along the needle, and the thread should come down the front of the needle and thread behind it, and then take the top thread underneath the presser foot. The bottom thread, as said earlier, is housed in this spool case. It is the spool that has the white thread in this video. When that goes into the spool case, when you pull the thread, the spool should turn clockwise. You can see a slit through the spool case. Run that through there, and again the thread should be clockwise. You should also be able to hold the thread and everything should hang in position. If it falls, the tension is wrong. Usually the arm will face upwards on the holder. But as seen previously in the video, you may just need to put the spool into the housing and replace the cap. Pull the top thread gently as you turn the advance wheel towards you, and you can see how the red thread picks up the white thread. So we now have a top and bottom thread coming out where the presser foot is. This is called the tail. Close the door and the accessory tray if you have one. It's always useful to have a decent sized tail that will stop the thread coming out of the needle. Test the machine that the threads are looking neat and everything is working properly. If things aren't working, it may need a new needle, or you may have threaded the machine incorrectly.